Hey everybody, Stu here. Welcome to episode 1 of The Road Less Taught. The reason why I'm going to make this series is you may not have guessed it, but I have never taken a lesson in my life. I am not a trained guitarist or anything. I am completely self-taught. And what I want to put out there is content that is really geared towards other people that were in my situation when I was younger. Of how do you learn and put everything together without the guidance of a teacher? Now, I want to be clear. If you have the ability to go take guitar lessons, absolutely go do it. Growing up, I wanted to take guitar lessons, but I was raised by a single father. There were other children involved, other needs going on. It just wasn't in the books for me. So I took it upon myself to just teach myself. He was kind enough to get me, my first guitar, which was a $99 Fender Squier from Guitar Center back in the 90s. This isn't going to be a super long series. This isn't going to be lessons. There are plenty of lessons out there. But what I am going to focus on are certain sticking points that I ran into, and had I had a teacher to say, no, this isn't wrong, I'm getting off of course. And if I had a teacher that could have corrected my course and set me on, it could have saved me a bunch of time. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be step number 1. And on this journey, we're gonna get to the sexy stuff later. We're gonna get to the shredding. We're gonna get to playing fast. We're gonna get to the sweep picking. Thank you to everybody who has commented on my sweep picking. We're gonna get to how I taught myself that later on, but none of that stuff matters if you're going to approach it with poor technique going into the shredding and going into the sweep picking, because then you're just going to get a lot of slop city on there. So the first step, what I did was, I'm going to put this down. I knew before I even had my guitar what my goal was. I knew the music that moved me. I knew the music that I wanted to play. And most importantly, I knew the band that I wanted to start off learning, which was, big surprise, Metallica. Thank God I'm wearing this shirt. So with Metallica, I knew I wanted to learn from them, and I wanted to learn their songs. I wanted to learn the style. I wanted to learn the art of heavy metal. So what I did before I even had a guitar was I went to local guitar store, and I bought a tablature book of Metallica. Now, I highly recommend for people starting out to buy books. Don't go on websites like Ultimate Guitar and all that other stuff and look up their tabs. A lot of times that stuff is wrong. You can tell it's wrong even when you play it. Get a licensed book. Now, I know this is old school tech. I know I'm old school with, I'm going to be old school with a lot of this stuff. But the point of having a book is that it's always going to be with you. It cannot crash. It cannot be deleted. It cannot become corrupted. And you can write your notes. Now, the reason why that is so important is this is going to be an ongoing theme that you're going to see. It's all about repetition, because the most powerful weapon you have is not your fingers, it's not your hands, it's your mind. And being able to write your notes, being able to circle a sticking point that you have in a song where you're like, I can't get this, and being able to write either words of encouragement or get a little hard on yourself in a book is great. And now looking at and understanding tablatures, because tabs are a great way to start out. Easy to understand. You look at it, it tells you exactly what you need to do, but you want to pick this up before you get your guitar so you can understand what all the little symbols are, what all the little signs are. What does this mean? What does that mean? How are the strings ordered on tabs and all that? And if you already know that, great. If you don't, I highly recommend picking up a book and going over it. You know, by the time I was first able to touch a guitar, I was able to play the intro to Fade to Black. I mean, it wasn't great, don't get me wrong. You know, it's not like I was playing it like Hetfield did, but that's really it. I mean, that's going to be the first step. Know what you're getting into. I'm assuming that if you want to play guitar and you're serious enough to where you or your parent is going to get you a guitar, get ahead of the game. Get yourself a book, and it doesn't have to be shredding. It doesn't have to be fast. I mean, it's whatever moves you. If you like the Beatles, you like the freaking Beach Boys, it doesn't matter. What if it moves you? That's the goal. Get the books, get the music in your hand. Also, get the poster of all the basic chords. There's posters that have basic chords on there, you know, A minor, E minor, D, all that stuff. Put it up on the wall in your bedroom and stare at that when you go to sleep. That's one of those things that people think, you know what, guitar players don't actually do that. Yeah, we do. And I had a poster of all the basic chords, and I would sit there and I would think about the positions and how would you do that and all that stuff. And it helps. So be prepared for playing guitar by getting books, getting the music, licensed music from your favorite band that got you into guitar, a book that you can take notes in. This is going to be very important later on, and a chord poster that will go over all the basic chords, because it doesn't matter who you are playing, chords are important, and you need to know chords. And it is going to be so important later on in later episodes of this series. So get those things and be prepared to rock, because in the next video, what we're going to talk about are picks and picking technique and getting started with that picking technique and what to avoid, because this was a huge problem for me that I didn't find out until years later. So hopefully you guys like this video, and hopefully you're going to like the continuation of the series. So I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.